funny. Good sentence. No, I love it. I love it probably more now than ever. Maybe it took 3 years to fall completely in love. But no, it's been very good, and I look forward to hopefully 3 and many more years. Being able to show the different aspects of David Rossi, to understand a little bit more of his background. You find out he had a past life. He had 3 different wives that we haven't seen yet or heard about, but we know that they existed. And I came in as a somewhat experienced, but somewhat cocky, a little more arrogant, and I think he's calmed down a bit, Rossi, because I think he realized he had some things to learn. That when he first came in, it was like he didn't quite understand computers and all this stuff, and then had to kind of like accept the fact that it was a new time and a new way of doing things. That would be pretty interesting. Yeah, he can get pretty dark. Actually, I think Matt Groening could write a pretty good Criminal Minds episode. I'll ask him. I'm going to actually shoot a Simpsons when I get back to the States. I'll ask him. Well, I think that happens, and I think for that reason we purposely don't make them too serialized. I mean, we usually never carry a story over more than 2 episodes, and mostly they stand alone. So at least they're not missing too much that way. I mean, obviously, ideally you'd like to watch them in the order, you know, the best way. But I don't think it's vitally important. You can jump around and still. It's not, some shows it's difficult because you can't, what's it about? You can't understand it. I think with our show you still could. These are real stories. This really happens. And so I don't find it strange or weird. I mean, I find it can be disturbing and all that, and you say, oh, it's hard to watch, but that's what it is. And so to try to pretend it doesn't happen or it doesn't exist would be wrong. So I try to be realistic about it and say, well, that's the way it is. I didn't really care. You know, it was like, I knew him a little bit, and he obviously had personal reasons he wanted to go, and it's okay. Things happen the way they're supposed to happen. I believe that. The writers now are thinking of what to write for season 6. I know I'm helping to write 1 episode, and in that episode we'll deal somewhat with David Rossi's background when he was a young man. But beyond that, I don't know what they're going to go. It's always a surprise.